Welcome to the 23rd episode of the Crumbl Cookies Weekly Review. Just got back from San Diego a few days ago. It's always tough to come back from a week-long vacation, particularly when you're coming back to 115 degrees weather in Arizona. It was perfect. Ocean breeze, fantastic. Did a collaboration with Michael Suarez, ate some cookies on the beach, walked down and ate pretty much everything in sight after that with him. It was a great experience. He vlogged the whole thing. Make sure to check that out on his channel if you haven't already. Happy Crumbl Monday. Happy 4th of July to everybody. For the 4th of July, I have my slider eating championship finals. I won my heat at Cold Beers and Cheeseburgers, and now the winners from each of the 14 locations will compete for the grand final prize on the 4th of July on a big stage. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to film it. I don't know. I know there's going to be media there and things like that, so we'll see how that goes. I'm pretty excited about that. But I'm also pretty excited about getting into some cookies. So let's take a look at this week's lineup. And here we go. We have Brownie Sundae, birthday cake with the patriotic theme, Cowboy cookie, and strawberry shortcake. So, we're going to just go in order here, and let's start with this good old Brownie Sundae. Should I just eat? Oh, well. Ooh. Here we are. We're going to start with Brownie Sundae. It's quite a little colorful cookie here. It's a brownie cookie, of course, and we got a vanilla mousse with some hot chocolate fudge and some sprinkles. So, I know what the cookie's going to taste like, but let's see how they put this together. The brownie cookie itself is a little firmer than their normal, like when you get the brownie batter or, you know, their typical brownie-like cookies. The chocolate, or the vanilla mousse, kind of reminds me almost like a vanilla pudding, which I'm not a particular fan of. And then the fudge on top, sprinkles. It tastes about what I thought it would. But I'm going to have to go in for a little bit more here. You see, the brownie cookie itself, focus, there we go, is a little bit on the thinner side. It's got a good hefty layer of the vanilla mousse. You do taste that vanilla mousse, but again, the brownie and then extra fudge on top really is going to dominate the cookie for the most part. Last bite. Let's jump into cookie number 2. We have birthday cake. And these, a lot of these cookies are pretty similar. Birthday cake, cake batter. The cookie itself is a cake batter cookie with cake batter frosting. Pretty simple. Not going to be a lot of surprises here. It's probably going to be on the sweet side, but all right, let's dig in. You definitely taste the cake batter. It's the predominant theme throughout the cookie. Within the cookie itself, the frosting, these, they're very tasty cookies, but they're very simple. You're just getting really that solid kind of sugary cake batter flavor throughout the cookie. It's definitely on the sweet side, but not so much to where it kind of make you sick. Simple but delicious. There we are. Standard size cookie. It's pretty thick. A good amount of that cake batter frosting. It is a cream cheese base, which is, I always like that a lot. And I know these cookies have a loyal following. You know, they do a lot of varieties of this, but they're all pretty similar. And, you know, people love that good old traditional birthday cake taste, brings them back to childhood. Not so much for me, but I do enjoy these cookies. Last bite. All right, another solid cookie. Let's jump on to cookie number 3. We have the Cowboy cookie. A lot going on in this one. You can see all kinds of business on there. We got an oatmeal cookie, semi-sweet chips, some of that shredded coconut, sweetened, and some toasted pecans. So I've never had this cookie. I know a lot of people out there like this one a lot. I mean, this can go a lot of ways. I'm actually quite curious about this. So here we go. For some reason, it reminds me of Mom's recipe a little bit, but even though it doesn't have peanut butter and there's some varying ingredients on the two cookies, the oatmeal cookie kind of gives the same feel with the semi-sweet chocolate chips as well. I think it's balanced really well. No particular flavor really jumps out at you right away. You do taste the oatmeal, the semi-sweet chips, you get a bit of that coconut, and then kind of toward the end you can taste those toasted pecans. I mean, very tasty cookie. Take a look at that. You got a lot going on in there. There is a ton of the semi-sweet chocolate chips baked in there. Coconut all over the top. It's a pretty dense cookie. And you know, there's actually a fair amount of the toasted pecans on there too. You definitely taste all of it in there. For me, you know, I can't complain about the ingredients. I mean, the way they pull everything off, I feel it is really well balanced. This cookie's just not my jam. Like, I feel it'd be a little bit better if there was some sea salt on there, but I don't know, it kind of lacks a sweetness. I can see why a lot of people would like this cookie. It just doesn't fire on all cylinders for me. I mean, I enjoy it, but it's not a cookie that I would, you know, go out of my way to order. Last bite. Moving on to the fourth and final cookie. I'm hoping this is going to do some magic for me. We have the strawberry shortcake. Here we are, nice looking cookie, nice and pretty. So it's a cakey cookie with some whipped cream, freshly chopped strawberries, and house-made strawberry jam. Sounds wonderful. All right, let's see how this is. Strawberry hits you right away. And it is fresh strawberry. This actually is quite different from, like for example, the strawberry cheesecake. The jam on there, it just tastes more like a jam, which is not necessarily bad or good, but you can tell it's jam, you can taste the sweetness, just kind of how that's made. Here, I just taste fresh strawberries, and the jam is like an addition to it, but the predominant flavor is just fresh strawberries, which is fantastic. Whipped cream is great. This is different than I thought. It's really, really good. I definitely need more bites to figure this out, though. There are kind of no surprises with the cookie itself. It's a good, thick-sized cookie, good amount of whipped cream. It's got the right amount of strawberry fresh strawberries and strawberry jam. This is an interesting cookie. I can't say that I've quite had a cookie like this from Crumbl before. It's very mild. You really just don't taste a whole lot of it. It's almost as though the cookie is made to be like a holder for the whipped cream and strawberries. And I get it. I mean, it really does taste like a strawberry shortcake, where the cake flavor is really on the back burner, and then the strawberry and whipped cream is really what you taste. This is actually really delicious. Last bite. All right, there's another 4 cookies down the hatch. Boy, those went down really easy this week. Maybe it's because the cookies were lower in calories than they usually are. Not saying they're low calorie, don't misunderstand me, just lower than what they normally are. Hard to say, but now it's time to give these cookies individual ratings and a weekly score. I'm gonna let this process a little bit and I will be right back. All right, I'm back and let's rate these cookies. We're gonna start with the Brownie Sundae. Now you have your traditional brownie cookie, although it was a little bit firmer, not as thick. It was in more of like their pie type cookies. And then it had the vanilla mousse, which was good. It kind of brought an additional vanilla flavor. Maybe could have used a little bit more. So, you know, normally with the brownie cookies, you pretty much just mostly taste the brownie. It's very overpowering. The fudge on the top, I mean, I understand it being a sundae, you got to put fudge on top, right? But it didn't need that extra chocolate as far as I was concerned. I think just a vanilla mousse would have been cool. The cherry on top was cool as well. But yeah, just really nothing exciting. I think I like this cookie just a little bit better than just the standard brownie cookies, but not by much. I'm going to give this one an 8. Moving on to the birthday cake. Patriotic, of course, we have the 4th of July, but the birthday cake is a birthday cake. I've had it before, just like the cake batter. It's really almost indistinguishable between the two cookies. It's going to give you exactly what you expect. It is pretty sweet. Cake batter cookie, cake batter cream cheese frosting. You know, these are very tasty. They're good, but it's just nothing that really overexcites me. They are quite simple, and the sweetness can get you a little bit. I'm also going to give this one an 8. Moving on to the Cowboy cookie. I was excited to try this. I've seen it before, and I've waited a while to finally have it. And to be honest, I really didn't like it that much. I don't know what it is, but the more and more oatmeal cookies I have, this cookie suffered from the same problem that Mom's recipe did. It had a lot of these ingredients, albeit some different ones. It just was missing something. And, you know, I hate to say it was missing sugar, because Crumbl's not known to be light on the sugar side, but I almost feel that's what it was. I just have a hard time pinpointing, but just the melding of all the flavors, I think it was done right. The balance was good. Just, there's something about it I just don't ultimately care for. It's just hard for me to say what it is. I just feel like oatmeal cookies need to be a little bit sweeter, and some of their other cookies may be less sweet. Again, it's just my preference. I can see why a lot of people would really, really like this cookie. A lot of different flavors, a lot of strong flavors, and they're very fresh, very good. Just really doesn't do it for me. I'm gonna give this one a 7.5. And lastly, moving on to the strawberry shortcake. This was a surprising cookie. Man, that first bite when you get into it, it is just an overwhelming but not overpowering fresh strawberry flavor. Really fresh. You know, I almost couldn't tell the jam was on there. It almost tasted like I was just eating fresh strawberries. The whipped cream with the strawberries, you know, and you know, when you eat a strawberry shortcake, generally the cake is very light, doesn't have a whole lot of flavor. You know, you really just get the strawberries and whipped cream with just a little bit of that cakiness. Well, that's exactly what this cookie was. The cookie, of course, is thicker, a little bit more dense, but flavor-wise, you don't taste a whole lot of the cookie. It's almost kind of like a very light cake, just a little thicker and heavier. And you know, the predominant flavors were the strawberry and the whipped cream. So as far as a strawberry shortcake is concerned, they pulled this off magnificently well. Very good cookie. I'm gonna give this one a 9. And that's gonna give the total weekly score of 32.5 with an average cookie score of 8.1. It was not an overly exciting week for me. I didn't expect it to be. I was very pleasantly surprised by the strawberry shortcake. Very delicious and just kind of different. They pulled that off really, really well. So all in all, I mean, hey, it's another week of Crumbl. Hope you guys have an amazing 4th of July. I know I'm gonna have me a lot of fun competing in the Sliders finals. Wish me luck. I hope I'm able to take everyone else down and bring home the bacon, but I got some fierce competition ahead of me. Thanks so much for joining me today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you found this information useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I can't wait to see you guys in next week's episode. Take care.